There is a specific kind of silence that falls over the heart when you realize there is someone else. It is not just pain. It is a fracture in your reality. It is the crushing weight of comparison, the sudden, violent drop in your stomach that whispers, "I was not enough. I am replaceable." If you are listening to this, you are likely navigating the treacherous waters of triangulation. You are standing in the presence of a third party, an energy, a person, or a distraction that has wedged itself between you and the one you hold in your heart. I want you to take a breath, a deep one, because the pain you are feeling right now, that searing heat of betrayal, that desperate need to know who they are, what they have, and why they were chosen, is not a punishment. It feels like a punishment. It feels like a cosmic error. But in the architecture of the soul, there are no errors. There is only gravity. There is only cause and effect. You are here because you are exhausted. You are tired of the mental loops. You are tired of checking social media, looking for clues, measuring your worth against a ghost. You are tired of the competition. Let us put down the weapons of jealousy today. We are not here to fight for a place that is already yours. We are here to understand why the door was opened in the first place. Why did this happen? Why did the avoidant soul seek refuge in a stranger? And most importantly, what is this interruption trying to show you about your own relationship with yourself? Welcome to the realization. To heal the fracture within your heart, we must first dissect the situation with the precision of a surgeon. We must step out of the emotional storm you are currently drowning in and look at the mechanics of the situation with a calm, analytical eye. In psychology, triangulation is often described simply as a manipulation tactic, a method where a person brings a third individual into a dynamic to control anxiety or create jealousy. However, when we view this through a spiritual and metaphysical lens, triangulation is not just a tactic. It is a mirroring event. It is a profound reflection of the energetic architecture of your connection. When the avoidant soul, your counterpart, brings in a third party, the immediate assumption is that they are looking for something better. You torment yourself with comparisons. You wonder if the new person is more attractive, more successful, or more worthy of love. But this is the ego speaking, not the soul. The truth is far less personal and far more mechanical. The avoidant soul is not necessarily looking for better. They are looking for easier. More accurately, they are looking for a place to hide. You must understand the weight of your own presence. You, the anxious heart, the holder of space, are intense. You represent the depths. You represent the spiritual work. When you look at them, you do not just see their mask. You see their potential. You see their soul. For a person who has spent a lifetime running from their own shadows, being truly seen is not comforting. It is terrifying. So, they triangulate. They bring in a distraction to dilute the intensity. Think of it through the metaphor of water. You are the ocean. You are deep, formidable, and life-changing. To swim in your waters requires strength, courage, and a willingness to be transformed. The third party is often the shallow pool. It is safe there. The water is stagnant and predictable. There are no currents to pull them under. There is no demand for transformation in the shallows. They can stand with their feet on the ground and pretend they are swimming. They choose the third party not because that person holds more value, but because that person demands less growth. However, there is a harder truth we must face, one that we must approach with dignity and radical honesty. The third party is not your rival. The third party is a physical manifestation of your own abandonment wound. We live in a universe governed by resonance. Quantum entanglement suggests that we are constantly interacting with the energy we broadcast. If you have been operating from a frequency of fear, if you have been telling yourself that you must earn love, or that you are afraid to lose this connection, you have inadvertently created a vacuum. You have signaled to the universe that your seat at the table is negotiable. The avoidant soul, who is often highly sensitive to the emotional atmosphere, picks up on this frequency within your shared nervous system. They act it out. They confirm your deepest fear. This happens not because they consciously want to destroy you, but because the unhealed human psyche always seeks to prove its own nightmares true. This is the psychological concept of projective identification. You fear you are not chosen. You vibrate with the anxiety of not being chosen. Consequently, reality rearranges itself to present you with a scenario where you are not chosen. It is a loop, a tangled thread of trauma repeating itself until you decide to cut the cord. Furthermore, this third party is often holding a mirror to a part of you that you have disowned. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we suppress and deny to fit in or be loved. Often, the person your counterpart turns to possesses traits that you have forbidden in yourself. Look at them closely, not with jealousy, but with curiosity. Are they selfish? Perhaps you have overgiven and abandoned your own needs. Are they demanding? Perhaps you have been too accommodating, shrinking yourself to be low maintenance. Are they free-spirited and careless? Perhaps you have been carrying the weight of the world, trying to be perfect to earn affection. The betrayal is not just about them leaving. It is a cosmic signpost pointing to where you abandoned yourself long before they did. The universe creates this painful triangulation to force you to look at your own boundaries. It is showing you exactly where you have leaked your power. The third party is not the villain of your story. They are a contracted catalyst, a placeholder occupying the space where you have not yet fully claimed your own worth. They are keeping the avoidant soul busy while you undergo the necessary work of integrating your shadow and reclaiming your sovereignty. The pain is real, but the rivalry is an illusion. This is not about competition with another. It is about the integration of yourself. Let us shift the perspective now. We must move you from the position of the victim of betrayal to the position of the observer of the soul. Imagine for a moment that your life is a grand stage play. You are the lead actor. Your counterpart is a lead actor. The third party is not a villain who has invaded the stage to ruin the production. They are what we call a contracted catalyst. They have walked onto the stage because the script required a sharp, sudden plot twist to wake the protagonist up. The spiritual purpose of this triangulation is to break your addiction to external validation. As long as your sense of worth is tied to whether or not they pick you, you are living in a prison. You are a slave to their whims, their moods, and their confusion. The universe loves you too much to let you stay a slave. So, the universe sends the third party. It sends the betrayal to shatter the illusion that your source of love is outside of you. This hurts. I know it hurts. It feels like dying. But you must understand that this is the death of the ego, not the death of the spirit. The ego screams because it is losing control. The spirit remains calm because it knows the truth. Consider the metaphor of the lighthouse. You have been the lighthouse for a ship that refuses to come to port. You have kept your light burning through the storms. You have drained your own energy scanning the horizon, begging the ship to see you. The ship sails past you, steering toward a dim flashlight on a jagged rock, which represents the third party. You scream into the wind. You ask why. You shout that your light is brighter and your love is deeper. But the lesson of the lighthouse is simple and uncompromising. A lighthouse does not run down the beach chasing the boat. If you leave your foundation to chase the boat into the dark water, you are no longer a lighthouse. You are just another drowning person in the sea. The third party exists to force you to stop chasing. They exist to block the path to the avoidant soul, so that the only place left for you to go is inward. This is the great paradox of this journey. The moment you stop competing, the competition dissolves. You realize that there is no competition because there cannot be a competition for your own soul. How can there be a rival for a connection that is divinely ordained? If they can be taken away by someone else, they were never yours in the way you thought. If they can be distracted by the shallows, they are not ready for your depths. The third party is actually protecting you. They are occupying the avoidant soul while you undergo your coronation. They are keeping the unawakened counterpart busy so you have the space to remember who you are. The universe has placed a buffer between you and the person you love because you are not vibrating at the same frequency. If you were to unite now, your intensity would destroy their fragility, or their inconsistency would destroy your peace. The third party absorbs the karma and the confusion that you are no longer meant to carry. So, look at the third party with new eyes. Do not look at them with hatred. Look at them with a distant, detached gratitude. They have taken a heavy burden off your shoulders. They are carrying the weight of a person who does not know how to love you yet. They are accepting the breadcrumbs so that you no longer have to starve. This is your time to rebuild your foundation. This is your time to turn the light back onto yourself. When you understand this, the jealousy fades and it is replaced by a deep, resonant silence. You are safe, you are held, and you are being prepared for something that requires you to be whole. We have traveled through the deep waters of the why. We have understood the psychological mechanics and the spiritual contracts. Now, we must anchor this wisdom into your daily life. We must discuss the how. How do you stop the obsessive thoughts that loop in your mind at 3 a.m? How do you reclaim the energy you have hemorrhaged into a situation that is no longer feeding you? We are not here to discuss tactics to manipulate them into returning. We are here to discuss the architecture of your own sovereignty. I offer you 3 internal shifts, 3 specific mental moves that will stabilize your nervous system and return you to your throne. The first shift is what I call the energy seal. You must neutralize the curiosity. The urge to spy on them is overwhelming. You want to check their social media. You want to know if they are happy. You want to analyze the new person to see if they are better than you. But you must understand the metaphysics of attention. Attention is currency. Attention is life force. Every time you look, you leak energy. You are sending your vital power into a timeline that does not serve you. You are feeding the entity of the third party with your focus. You are keeping the connection alive in the wrong way. You must starve the distraction. When the urge arises to check on them, I want you to visualize a heavy, dark velvet curtain dropping between you and their life. You must tell yourself that their life is a closed set. You are the director of your own scene, and you do not have the budget to film on their location anymore. Turn that burning curiosity inward. If you have the energy to investigate them, you have the energy to investigate your own heart. Redirect the focus. Seal your field. The second shift requires you to engage in shadow integration. This involves asking yourself a dangerous and liberating question. What does the third party have that I have judged? Your ego wants to villainize them. Your ego says they are selfish, superficial, or careless. But your spirit is asking you to look closer. Often, the third party is acting out the shadow traits you have forbidden in yourself. Do they put their own needs first? Perhaps you have been playing the role of the martyr. Perhaps you have overgiven to the point of exhaustion. The universe sent a selfish third party to teach you the value of self-preservation. Do they seem less spiritual and more grounded in the material world? Perhaps you have been floating too high, ungrounded, trying to be perfect. You do not need to become them. You do not need to lower your standards, but you must integrate the medicine they represent. Stop hating the mirror and start learning from the reflection. If you were the perfect accommodating partner, the universe sent a chaotic force to teach you boundaries. The final shift is the most powerful. It is the practice of radical self-choosing. This is the coronation. The ultimate antidote to the pain of triangulation is self-triangulation. Instead of the painful triangle of you, your counterpart, and the third party, you must create a new sacred geometry. Make the triangle between you, your higher self, and the divine. Every morning, you must perform the ritual of choosing yourself. The avoidant soul cannot choose you right now because on a subtle energetic level, you have not fully chosen you. You are still waiting to be picked. You are treating your life like a waiting room for their return. You must wake up and declare that today you choose your peace over your anxiety. Today, you choose your dignity over your desperation. Today, you validate your own existence so that you do not need them to do it for you. When you do this, you change the electromagnetic field of the connection. You stop being a waiting room. You become a destination. Paradoxically, this is the only energy that ever commands respect. By the time you reach this state of wholeness, you may find that you no longer care if they return. That is the true freedom. You are building a kingdom where you are the ruler, not a subject waiting for a king or queen to return from war. Stand tall in your own gravity. Tend to your own garden. Let the dead leaves fall where they may. You are the sky, not the weather. My friends, the presence of a third party is not a verdict on your worth. It is a verdict on your boundaries. It is a painful, searing invitation to close the gap between who you are and who you treat yourself as. You have been playing small to fit inside someone else's limited capacity to love. You have been shrinking so you wouldn't intimidate them, and they left anyway. So you might as well expand. Let the third party have the version of them that cannot meet you. Let the third party have the confusion. Let the third party have the struggle. You are meant for clarity. You are meant for a love that does not require you to compete for air. No one can take your place. If they can, it was never your place. Stand tall in your own gravity. Tend to your own garden. Let the dead leaves fall where they may. You are the sky, not the weather. Until next time, keep your light steady.